Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Shores, One Story. I'm your host, Matthew. How are you doing? I am doing well. Right now, it is a Monday, and I'm recording this at 11:32 a.m., and you might be wondering, why aren't you at school? It's because today is a holiday! Woo! It is Umi no Hi in Japan right now, and that is Ocean Day, which is great for this podcast because we're related to the ocean. So today, I'm just taking it pretty easily. I'm wanting to record this podcast. I'm going to Starbucks to do some studying or maybe another cafe. And I want to celebrate the ocean in some way, but I don't want to drive that far. So I'm going to go to an onsen. One of my favorite onsens in Takayama is at Asocia Hotel. It features two types of, well, there's two floors because it's a hotel. So there's the 5th floor and the 7th floor, and I like the 7th floor, but in both floors, you have a wonderful view of Takayama if you go outside. I really, really like it, so I'm going to go, and I haven't been to an onsen in a while, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I had a great weekend. I'm going to talk about Saturday a little bit after, but I'll talk about Sunday. On Sunday, I also took it easy. I was kind of tired because of what happened on Saturday. So I didn't do too much. I just played Pokemon Champions. And then later, I watched a movie. You might be wondering, what movie did you watch? I watched Kokuhaku. I finished the book last week. Oh my goodness, what a crazy book. So good, so well written, very intricate, very layered. It's just such a great piece of literature, but also so grotesque. And that was amplified when I watched the movie. It was crazy, but so interesting. And I'm glad I watched the movie because there were some things I didn't quite realize. But I also understood a lot, so it was a good way to confirm what I understood and what I didn't. So if you are studying a language, I think it's great to, well, first read books, read a lot. But also if those books have movies, you can kind of check what you understood and what you didn't. So it's great. And it was such a good movie. So if you don't want to read, you can also just watch the movie. It was really great. Kokuhaku. And yeah, that was yesterday. Saturday, I went to Shirotori, which is near Takayama. It's about an hour if you take the toll roads. And why I went there is because I did Bon Odori. Woo! I did a dance. My friends and I planned to go to Shirotori, and we originally were thinking of wearing our yukata, but not all of us had our yukata, so we just wore our normal clothes, and I put on my geta, which are wooden sandals, and they are not comfortable whatsoever. So if you are planning to dance, bring band-aids. I did, and I'm really glad, but even so, I still didn't bring enough. My heel was not doing well. My shoe doesn't quite fit my foot, so I might need to pay for a custom one. I don't know. If I'm going more often, I will, but it's only, I think I got these in Takayama last year when I went to the Gujo Odori, and they were about 6,000 yen, which is roughly equivalent to $60. And I mean, they're nice, but it hurts. It does hurt. But it was fun. So today I wanted to talk about Shirotori Odori, how it was, my experience, and also I wanted to bring some more context into what Bon Odori is, because I myself didn't quite know everything about it. So it was nice to research it a little bit. So without further ado, let's talk about Odori. So first, I just want to preface that the information that I'm going to share is from various websites that I looked at There's lots of information on Bon Odori from Wikipedia. There's a Bon Odori website that's specifically for Bon Odori, and there is a website for Bon Odori, specifically about Gujo Odori, Shirotori Odori, and Haiden Odori on Tabi Tabi website. I believe it's specifically for Gujo, that type of dance. So that's where I got my information from mainly. So yeah, let's talk about it. So what is Bon Odori? Bon Odori is a traditional Japanese folk dance that is used to welcome and entertain ancestral spirits. It originally derived from Nembutsu Odori, which is a dance with chanting, and according to Wikipedia, it became associated with public entertainment during the summer in the Muro Machi period. So Obon is a period in August, like maybe 3 days or so, and it is a Buddhist holiday that is used to celebrate your ancestors. A lot of people do they do dancing. They'll wash the graves to welcome their ancestors, that kind of stuff. But also it's just a nice way to get together, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit later. But the dances are varied between regions, so that's kind of cool because you can learn many kinds, and no matter where you go, there's always something different. It's like going to an onsen in some way. They have similarities as well. All Bon Odori will have a yagura, which is the stage where musicians and singers will perform, and people will mainly dance around these stages, but in some cases they will dance toward and away from it, or in, I believe, the Awa Odori, which I think is in Tokushima, they will dance in a straight line. So that's kind of cool. And what I noticed we went to Shirotori, and my friends and I noticed that the dances are kind of agriculture focused. That's what we thought anyways. Like there was one maybe like they're planting seeds or they're flattening the ground, and that's actually what it was. That's exactly what it was. But that's not the case for all odori, because the dance moves in each odori are derived or deeply rooted in the history or specialization of that area. So for example, in the Tanko Bushi dance, the coal mining san, you will see dance moves that look like digging, cart pushing, or lantern hanging. And in Shirotori Odori, which is the one that we did, there's a lot of dances related to farming. So as I said before, there's planting seeds, there's flattening ground, but there's also like a kind of neko dance, and maybe you will see neko on the farm. I don't know. In Gujo area specifically, there are 3 types of dances. There's the Shirotori Odori dance, the Shirotori Haiden Odori, and Gujo Odori dance. Shirotori Odori is related to the Hakusan faith, which is a form of Shintoism, and it is characterized by its light tempo. And it is said that Shirotori is maybe the fastest odori out of all odori, which is kind of cool. You will see lanterns, which I really didn't think anything of, but they are called kiriko lanterns. And back in the day, they were used to ward off evil spirits. Gujo Odori, which is a town, Gujo is a town that's near Shirotori, and it is characterized as a loose and elegant dance, and it originally came from the Ise Odori and Nembutsu Odori dance, apparently. There's also Haiden, which I don't really know a lot about, but it's done, I think, in a temple, and it's unique because there aren't any instruments that will play. So in other dances, you will have like flutes, you'll have shamisen, which is a guitar, you'll have many instruments, but in this one, they don't have instruments, they only sing, which I don't know how well that would go, but it might be fun to try at least once. And what I like about Bon Odori is that the movements are relatively easy to do, so anyone can join, which is why it's a great communal practice, I think. It's just really fun, and if you don't know the dance move, it's okay, because what will happen is there's many lines. So the closer you are to the stage, the better you are. So if you just want to learn, you can just go to the last line and just copy people that are beside you or maybe on the other side, and you just copy. And if you feel more confident, you can go up the line. So it's really fun. And I in my experience, I did have some trouble like learning the dance moves, and some people were like really nice and they would help me, or they would like, oh, like it's okay, you can just copy. Um so I felt really welcomed, even though like I'm a foreigner, but I think they were really happy to see us there. And yeah, it was really, really fun. There's some dances that you get really good at, and then there's some dances. So I want to, I'll mention the dances first, then I'll talk about what happened. So in the Shirotori dance, there is 8 dances in total. There is the Sanosa, which I don't really actually remember doing, but it consists of clapping. I think this is actually for Haiden, but it was considered maybe as a Shirotori dance. There is Shichoi, which is a lot of clapping, and you will see what I like to call the Maneki Neko move, and there's also flattening the soil move. There's Yasaka, which is an easy dance, but it gets faster as time goes on, and it has this type of move that I like to call the cha-cha. You're moving your hands like the cha-cha. It's kind of fun. Then there's Neko no Ko, which is literally cat child or kitten. And it also features the Meneki Noko dance, flattening the ground, and also like a sweeping action. There is Oi Saka, which is an easy dance that has 5 moves. And my friend really liked this dance because it's easy to get into the zone. Jindai is a difficult dance. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy. Why? Because in this dance, you just go back and forth a couple of times, and it's like you don't know. So everyone's just going back and forth, and you're like, huh? So the first time I did it, I was really having trouble. The second time I did it, there was a really nice middle-aged woman who was so kind, and she like walked me through the dance, so I was able to get it. Mainly, there was 2 claps. In the first clap, I had an issue. I still don't understand how it worked. The second clap I always got. But it's really fun and really related to agriculture and sericulture. And there's Gensuke-san, and I like to characterize this one as a dance. There's a dance move that you swat something 3 times. It's like a SWAT move, I don't know. And the last dance that they do is Yosakae, which I thought when this nice girl, she told me this dance, and I thought she meant Yosakoi, but no, it's Yosakae. And this dance is an easy dance, but it goes fast, and it's really fun. It gets faster and faster and faster until you can't even do the movements like that well. They're not that intricate anymore, and it's the last song, and everybody's like chanting like Yosakoi or something like that. It's really fun. Such a great time. So even though my feet were hurting, like I could feel like some blisters happening, it was a really, really, really great time, and I really want to do other dances for sure. And oh my goodness, I didn't even think, like I knew that it was raining, but I didn't know, like at one point I wasn't too bothered by the rain, but at one instance it was raining, or so I thought. But actually it was just my sweat. I was sweating, which I don't remember doing the last time, but next time I will wear more appropriate clothing. I had like jeans and a black shirt. So I think if I'm not wearing like a yukata, I will just wear shorts because it's too much, I think, when you're dancing like that. And Shirotori dance is way faster than the Gujo dance. I don't remember being that exhausted at all. Like I would just continue to dance like Gujo, but Shirotori was a little bit crazy. Yeah. But we took breaks and we were able to get drinks and stuff, and I had some things. But next time I would bring a towel to put over my head if it just rains, because it's not the best. And I'm going to bring a lot of Band-Aids for sure to cover anything that is not comfortable when I wear my geta. But yeah, such a really great time, and I'm gonna do more. And it was so fun the next day because I was looking on Instagram and stuff, and I could find videos of me dancing. And my friend found an article about the Shirotori dance, and we were on the cover. And it was kind of bad because when the flash is on, it's bright. We look like ghosts, like we're the ancestors. Me and my one friend were like bright, so bright. It was so funny. But yeah, I made it on the news. I have a picture of it, so it's really funny. But yeah, it's just like a nice thing to do. It's a nice summer activity, and it's good for losing calories. So I'm excited to do more of it. I can't wait to talk about my experience wearing yukata at Odori. Well, we will see. Yeah, thank you for listening to this. And I hope if you're in Japan, please try to do Bon Odori. It's a great time. I think it's like such a great experience. Like if you don't do Bon Odori, what are you doing in Japan? That's what I think anyways. That's really everything that I can say about Bon Odori. That's all I really know about it. I wanted to know the moves specifically, but I don't know. But it's also fun to kind of imagine what each movement means, and you can kind of separate them in your head, make segments. So fun, yeah. But that is all I'm going to talk about in regards to Bon Odori. I am going to enjoy the rest of my break today, as it's Umi no Hi. If you are having a break today, I hope you also have a great break. And please be careful not to get heat stroke or anything, because it's hot. It's crazy. But until then, I will see you later.